right.
Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to the stream. I am Raw Zim and this is Ebon Sales Exalted. Thank you all so much for your patience on the during the little break there, but we are back and ready to get going again. We will turn it over. Oh, right. This is Ebon Sales Exalted episode or season 1. Excuse me. Season 1, episode 12. War prep. And
Rhyme voice crack right there.
okay, are you done interrupting me?
No.
Well, that's easy enough to solve. But yeah, thank you all so much for joining. Do make sure you check the description down below for our link tree, where you can find links to our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. But thank you all so much for joining, and we're gonna go ahead and turn this over now to Moriarty for the recap.
I'm going back into the well. Damn it, I can't go back in the well. Alright, so the recap from last time. Was I here last time?
Yes.
Man, that's really helping me out.
He was not here
Okay.
last week, I think.
We didn't have a game last week.
Right. You were here
Right,
last time,
okay.
yes.
Yeah, okay, then yes, I would have been. Yeah.
Port fight.
The what fight?
The
The
port
fight
fight?
at the port.
Yeah, the big port fight. That's right. I remember. I went up there. I took my sun gun. I made it a mini gun. Yes. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. So we had these people at a port who are kind of like in the middle of this weird war between the beast folk of that one guy who's trying to rule in Mahasushi. That's it. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Isn't that like a villain from like another like cartoon?
No. Mahasuchi is one of the villains of Exalted / anti-heroes.
Okay. Well, Mahasushi is
A
fucking
magnanimous
shit up.
dispensation.
And while he's
Token
off
$110.
causing mayhem with his I want to say it's Lunar Exalted.
Yes. And his beastmen.
There are also mercenaries who I believe are from the Dragon Bloods.
They're working for someone else.
They're working for the Dragon Bloods, is that right?
Nope.
No,
Heart-Eater.
okay. Heart Eater, okay. So we've got mercenaries from the Heart Eater, and we've got Mahasushi and the Lunar Exalted, and they're kind of like going all out, trying to get some land. And both of them want this port, and this port is kind of like a neutral third party that just kind of wants to fucking vibe, man. Anyways, almost all the humans and whatnot from the surrounding areas have been forced here because we had like a lord who we could literally just silly slap around because he didn't have any more like actual pull anymore. And when we came into town, I do believe one of the characters knows the leader. I'm pretty sure they're like brother and sister. Shit, who was that? Was it
Ferris's sister.
Ferret? Wasn't Ferret?
Ferris.
Guacos.
Oh, Guacos, yes.
I was gonna say, I thought Ferris was the butler.
No, I got mixed up. I'm sorry. No, Ferris's wife.
Wife. Yes.
Guaco's sister. My apologies. I got mixed up too.
So we had a little meeting with them, and we were like, hey, we want to help out. And they were like, you know what? Sure. And so we started training people. We bitch slapped a little stupid lord and made him a normal soldier. He's so fat that he probably can't do anything right. And then there was news of a big attack, and it seemed like the Lunars were using mole men to try and invade the city. So we had to go and stop that from happening, and there were a whole bunch of holes all over the city. Everyone had their various forms of attack. Like, I'm pretty sure that Nevis had his soldiers and whatnot kill a few of them, as well as, like, help evacuate citizens. And Cyril went up in a tower, took his
No,
sniper,
Nevis
made it.
made a bunch of them just surrender.
Oh yeah, that's right. You literally intimidated the shit out of a bunch of them. Um, and I think Guaco did.
Four.
Yeet. He yeeted like a dozen of them with a single hammer strike.
Yeah.
He was
But
only
yeah.
aiming for the mole and just got a few others with it.
Mm-hmm.
But between various acts of badassery, as is expected from Exalted,
Rank up. Hold the
um,
line. This
we
hamlet
ended
shall
up-
not fall.
Aviating Wolf raided my stream with 5 viewers.
raid.
Aviating Wolf, thank you very much for that. I'm gonna let Moriarty finish up the recap here, and then we'll get to you. Just a moment, please. Carry on.
Yeah. Train of thought. But yeah, once we'd finished the entire fight, we basically had the place liberated in, like, I want to say it was like almost literally 6 seconds, and
It was about 30
Yeah.
seconds altogether.
yeah, it was like less than a minute. Like, they came in, guns blazing, and then we were just like, no, and then they were like, okay, and now we have the prisoners and everything, and I think that's about where. I don't think we got anything else done. Like, I think we liberated the town. And we were just like, all right, end of session. No,
Yeah,
wait,
you
wasn't
guys-
there something big happening right at the end? Something cliffhangery?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember?
I feel like there was, like, it was something with darkness. That's about all I can remember, though. I do not remember what it was. But I feel like it was dark. This would be a good time for you to, like, continue, Kerr. With whatever it is that I've completely forgotten.
Does anyone else remember?
Kurt, just go ahead and go with it. We'll turn it over
Yeah.
to you now to finish up the...
No. That's because I'm trying to remember.
Ah.
I could have sworn there was, like, some big cliffhanger, as Kurt usually tends to do.
I don't feel like there
Okay.
was.
Yeah, it's like I don't think I did a cliffhanger last time. I thought I ended it with you guys liberating the town.
I
And
could.
you had an awareness roll at the end.
I don't know. Either way, Aviating Wolf, thank you so much for that raid. Welcome on in, everybody. I am Raw Zim, and we do variety gaming here. Aviating Wolf, what would you like, a regular shout out, or would you like me to bring up a random clip from your channel? Do let me know. And while you're deciding on that, welcome on in. We do variety gaming here. Right now we are doing Ebon Sails Exalted, one of our tabletop RPGs. It's the Exalted system. We also have all sorts of games that we do here. Dwarf Fortress, Phasmophobia, 2 Point Campus, Cult of the Lamb, and more. And then we have a lot of tabletop games throughout the week. All sorts of things from, well, right now we're doing Exalted, like I've said, as well as D&D, Pathfinder, World of Darkness, both Werewolf, which we did earlier this evening, and Mage. And then we also have a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon campaign, which is going to be, we're doing the pre-campaign for that, currently on Thursdays. Once we get going with the main campaign, it will be moved to Saturdays, late at night. For Kerr and Jaffer, it'll be after the Demon Slaying Duo, when that starts back up, but... Well, it'll be at that time the entire time, but you know. Anyways.
Now, do you need me to remind everybody what it was?
Yes, please.
Yes.
War Strider at the gate broke open the main gate.
That's right! That's right!
You didn't need to remind him of that!
Just something little.
That's right!
Well, we're in trouble.
Everything's
Anyways.
fine.
Hello, everybody. Thank you again so much for that raid. Thank you for sharing your community with me, Aviating Wolf. I will be in the chat, and we'll go ahead and get started then. Kurt?
All right. So we begin. It only took maybe 30 seconds to drive back these sappers, but while your attention was locked on them and dealing with them, you hear pounds upon the front gates before the wood gives way and shatters as a great metal being strides forward. This war strider is in the shape of a tall two-legged wolf. In one hand, it is holding what looks to be a great spear, and in the other, there is a very, very large hammer. And it appears it was that giant hammer that did in the gates. But none of the soldiers have made an attempt to charge in. They seem, you can see them through the wreckage of the gate standing out there. They seem very surprised that their forces have not invaded yet. Or wait, no, there's bodies. Oh god. Oh god, why are there so many bodies? Oh god, what happened to our people? And they are clearly very nervous and sort of regretting their choice here.
Nevis will stride forward. You face Nevis, King of Conquerors! Face me if you dare, or surrender and I shall be merciful.
You hear a speaker.
What is a speaker?
On the War Strider.
What is
They
a
do
speaker?
exist. They do
Oh.
exist.
Oh,
They're
well,
people who
fine.
speak.
I don't think they actually do, but Kurt just doesn't want to admit it.
They do. In Exalted, they are just powered by essence instead of electricity.
Nah, definitely don't exist.
As the War Strider basically speaks.
How do we know it's a speaker? Does he have like an Xbox microphone quality?
It's okay quality. It's just like loud and booming.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
So I just want to say, I believe I sent in some of my best soldiers about 45 seconds ago in order to infiltrate and cause havoc here. And yet, I'm failing to see most of my soldiers. I just wanted to check in with you guys before, fights and everything.
I'd like to charge my weapon.
You
Your
wanna charge
forces
weapon?
have been either slaughtered or surrendered already. You might as well do the same.
Good
There you go.
God.
I gave you a speaker.
Is that satisfactory for you?
That was good. Someone clip that.
Very good.
I like having the voice mod.
What do you use for that? Is that in bio? Is that a link somewhere?
It's literally called voice mod.
Oh, okay.
I could also be Bill Cipher.
Oh God, no.
And all shall perish beneath Nevis's horde.
Don't forget to buy gold.
All right, back to
So-
normal.
30 seconds. I knew the horde was kind of pathetic that was here, but I really didn't expect to be that pathetic, That's kind of disappointing, honestly, on some level. It really just kind of kills the mood,
I forget, did we have a way to like communicate between ourselves?
Oh, sorry, I just I was getting stuff
Yes.
set up. Murder asks, so much talk, Nevis. It's a war strider. Let's just turn it into scrap. The war strider is about 50 feet tall, Murder.
But yes, we do have a way to talk amongst ourselves. It's called this thing, it's this wonderful thing, new invention even, called the mouth.
That's not an invention, that's biologically inclined.
I mean, you're also a robot, so for you it would be an invention.
You see the war strider actually like just kind of attach the hammer to its back, and then with its spear it just kind of puts it behind its head, and then just kind of holds onto it with its other hand too, just kind of standing there like, huh. So who's in charge and kind of slaughtered my forces, if I can ask that? While they're talking back and forth, Murder will be landing on the head and shoulders of the war strider as several birds, one by one.
Query, Nevis, shall I take the shot?
Not yet. You have the privilege of addressing Nevis, King of Conquerors, as I said. Surrender
you're a
or
lunar, aren't
die.
Hey, Kurt, quick question.
Yes.
Is there something specifically for accumulating power outside of combat? Or is every time I charge my weapon, like me, just being actually kind of useless?
It would only actually matter if we actually entered combat. I would probably give you a free roll to gather power.
Okay.
So I would give you
Although-
a free roll to gather power if combat started, so you could use it.
Okay, thank you.
I kind of think that it's better not to, because it seems like the system is balanced for us to have to take that time in combat.
No, it is a function.
Yeah,
It is?
same thing with
Okay.
same thing with like stealth and such. Stealth can be
Okay.
very good for gathering power before combat begins.
I would hope me taking precautions before combat would pay off in combat. Otherwise, that kind of sucks.
There is actually a system in place where you can set traps before combat and gain power from that. It's not used very often, but the ability is there.
If you're using archery, you aim before combat. I take
Mhm.
another turn to aim.
Oh god, no.
Ooh, can I do that?
You're basically doing that by charging your weapon.
Okay, fair enough.
You have giant sun gun.
I'm making it so I don't have to aim because I just need to point it in the general direction.
In the general's direction.
Same thing. So, Nevis. And here, Murder is getting ready to decapitate the War Strider. You can attempt murder. War Striders are extremely difficult to damage. They're basically walking Gundams. I kind of expected, my forces to be causing chaos and havoc and doing things. I wasn't really like totally thrilled with it. So, considering what you guys did, what do you say we just say this never happened? Sound good? You guys can plan out your attack. My army can take this information and decide what it's going to do next. And we can try and kill each other later. Sound good?
Nevis will look over at Cyril. Fire.
No
Cyril-
hesitation.
Cyril, when you shoot, reality seems to bend and change. He is not there anymore. Murder, you are also not there anymore. You are currently back where you were beforehand. And the gate is no longer destroyed. The gate is perfectly fine, as it was just like 2 minutes ago. As Cyril, you just blow another giant hole in the ground.
Speculation. That may have been an illusion.
You may make an occult roll.
And
Kerr?
Or sorry, sagacity in this one.
Kerr?
yeah, I was gonna say.
Do I need to remind you about my sorcerer sight?
Oh, yeah.
That would not see anything.
So you can basically
Kerr!
debunk it.
Yes?
I call bullshit because it says all-encompassing sorcerer sight. All
It's what...
encompassing.
reality.
No.
Compasses
It's what charm he used here.
All encompassing.
the compass. It's all of it.
You would have seen a gathering of essence before this would have gone off, but it wouldn't have been much compared to the War Strider's sheer body heat of essence. This is not an
All
illusion.
encompassing.
Yes, and you are currently behind the walls of the building. You can't see past them. Or the walls
No,
of the city.
I think he was talking about when he was here.
And where he went.
You did not see that. Literally, one moment he is there, the next he's just not there anymore.
All right, you know what? I'll just roll my goddamn sagacity. I've got enough dice for it.
Guaco, I'm pretty sure you know what charm he
Hello?
used.
Jaffer,
Nice.
I don't think that you can one-shot the War Strider, but you can definitely try. Then again, us having a War Strider would be very useful.
They're just difficult to maintain, which is why they're not brought out. That's a lot of tens.
I would know, but my character wouldn't.
Yeah. I
Alright,
know.
so-
I figured you would. You out of character know exactly what charm this is.
8 successes. Even with the ones. Do I know what the hell happened?
You recognize that from your databanks, Cyril. You specifically would actually be able to know this, because you have basically all of a Touchstonia's knowledge from the first stage in your databanks. What you just witnessed was a sidereal charm. I'm trying to remember the exact name of it because I know what it does, but I don't remember the exact name off the top of my head. I have to go find it again. Basically, what it allows you to do is it allows the sidereal basically to go back on the loom of fate and say, for instance, him destroying the gate and going in like he did was him turning right. Instead, the charm lets him go back and turn left and make a different choice instead within like the last couple of minutes. So basically what happened is he retconned himself even coming in here and bursting down those gates and basically said that never happened, and reality said, okay, it never happened. You guys all remember it. You guys all remember everything that happened. But as far as you see, none of it ever happened.
Jaffer, that has happened before.
He literally made it so he never left the camp that his War Strider was in to attack. Because he realized, maybe this isn't such a good idea if they could do this to my army. But this also gives you information that there is a sidereal in that War Strider that did that. I love sidereal charms so much. They're so much fun.
Alright, so Cyril is going to convey this. It's going to say, observation. It appears as though our foe has access to sidereal powers and charms.
Sorry, Jaffer, sidereals are my favorite Exalted. I fucking love them. And this is one of the more common charms that they can take.
At least it's not the 7 mirrors.
Not that cruel. Yeah, he would rather peace out than fight you guys, it seems. Especially against unknown foes. But he now knows one of you, Nevis, King of Conquerors.
He now knows me, or what?
You announced yourself to him.
Yeah, so he
Yeah.
knows your name, which means he can try to look you up.
He is welcome to. And he shall know fear.
Or he shall know of the Marten that controls the King of Conquerors. Title.
You mean the one that Nevis went and forced into his service?
Murder's doing an action.
Alright, you are going to attempt to try and find him? Okay. So Murder flies off as a group of birds. Let me bring up my thingy thing. Let me bring up my thingy thing. The thingy thing has come up. Oop. All right, give me a awareness roll, Jaffer. Let's see. Oh, hold up. Jaffer, do you have any abilities to detect supernatural things? I know you do, Nevis.
Nope.
You search up and down the island, Murder, and you will find nothing.
So, since he took a right, his army is still there, right?
His the people you murdered, yes. All of them. Everything
Oh.
basically before him going through the gates never happened.
You mean after he went through the gate?
Yeah. So you
Well-
guys still took care of the sappers and such.
Well, yeah, but you had mentioned that he had forces outside with him.
Yeah, they're still outside, but they can't get in now. There's nothing to break down the gate, so they're just kind of stuck.
Great. Nevis is going up to on top of the onto the wall of the gate. He's just gonna casually walk up and jump up onto there. I'm sure he can manage it. He's an Exalted.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see that they're pulling back now. Because it looks like the other army is starting to mass up. But they haven't made a charge yet.
He's gonna jump down from the top of the wall where the gate is onto the other side and just stroll towards them. And where do you believe you're going? Your leader might have left, but I told you. Surrender or die.
You will not see anything, Murder. There is no sign of the giant robot. The soldiers pause and look at Nevis.
I will gladly hunt you all down if I must. And he brings his spear in front of himself in a combat pose or stance.
The army is very quickly going to start to basically break rank and run as fast as they can.
They're not surrendering?
No, they're running.
I want them to surrender. I want to add to
no.
my army.
Yeah, no, they're running. They are booking it back into the woods.
Alright, Nevis is attacking then.
You can get one attack off before they get out of range.
I mean,
One's
he
all
can
we need.
chase. Let's see.
There's a couple hundred here, so I mean, yeah, they're fast. They're running.
Can you navigate the trees to follow them?
Does he want to? And there's a second army literally right there, about like 100 feet away.
Nevis is a Marten. Of course he can navigate the trees. gosh.
I'm guessing he's calling for us to continue.
No, he's not calling for all of you. I just realized I literally have no actual attack charms. I have defense, I have a few other things. I need to get some attack charms. Kerr, I need more charms.
You'll get charms as we go.
Wait, why didn't you
Actually,
just
after the
get
last
some?
session, didn't we
Yes,
get
you get one of each.
except for major?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And because there have been multiple
Wish
other
that-
things that I've needed. Nevis isn't built strictly for combat. Anyways, so I guess finesse plus close combat?
Mm-hmm.
And are you going for kill or disable or?
Disable. As many of the soldiers as he can. That was weird. Oh, another 10. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6!
That will hit. What's your strength?
There is no strength.
Oh, sorry. Calculating damage. What's your... Okay, never mind. I got it. Boop, boop. You don't
And
have
actually, I should be adding 2 more dice. So 7. Oh, wait, I'm in the hybrid body thing. Okay. I have so many bonuses to dice rolls to keep track of.
You're good. What's your weapons damage?
3.
All right.
With
since
3
you haven't got
overwhelming, if that's important.
Not here, but it would be otherwise. So you got only 5 dice of damage against them because you don't gather power and such. But this goes directly to their health. You're able to kill like give
No,
or take, like,
disable.
you're able to disable a good like 30 or 40 of them in about 10 seconds. As you literally just dash through them, whacking them with the back of your spear.
Hey, it'll help later when they come back. He'll call to his soldiers to, how far away is this other army?
About 100 feet.
Oh,
That's not far at all.
They haven't tried to do anything yet. You don't know what their forces are. This is just the people you can see at the edge. They've been
the
sieging
trees.
for a while. Mm-hmm. You don't know how many there actually are. They've mostly just been there keeping the people from just leaving the fortress and sieging it. But they haven't actually tried to attack and such.
Nevis is going to call back to the gate for some of his soldiers to come collect these disabled troops and bring them inside. And he will stand there and maintain a defensive kind of position here.
Okay. No one does come and bother you at the moment. They allow you to gather up these people and pull back. They just seem to be observing for right now. And before long, you have about 40 prisoners.
Well, that's another 40 on top of the... What did I have before? Like 300, I think?
Mm-hmm.
More to add to his army.
Yes, does anyone else do anything while Nevis is doing all this?
Because Icewind Pelts is here, I can't use any of my powers.
Pretty sure if I took any shots, it'd be lethal. And
it would be probably aggravated to them. There would be nothing left.
yeah, I think we don't want that. Unfortunately.
I mean, no. Go for it. Nevis told them,
okay.
surrender or die. They did not surrender. I mean, he'll still go for disabling instead of killing, but
You would
he
set,
has
you would
no
set the risk of
qualms.
setting up. You would run the risk of setting up massive fires in these woods around the town, the port town, and these fires could spread to the city itself.
Fair, I suppose you have a point, you know. Typically, shooting a miniature sun into a forest is a very bad
Not
idea.
necessarily the best.
Excuse me, are you questioning my accuracy?
You would literally be... Okay, are you shooting
dial
a
this in.
single soldier in this army, or are you aiming your weapon to whom it may concern?
I'm aiming at singular soldiers in a very rapid succession.
Pew, pew, pew.
I'm turning back on LMG mode. Have a good one.
Well, I guess that's up to Kerr on whether that would work or not then.
Pew 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 pew.
Kerr, am I able to do this? Or are you going to insult Cyril's accuracy? The entire thing I built him off of.
It's not the matter of accuracy, it's the matter of the weapon that you have. It's not really made for firing rapid shots. I mean, you can fire rapidly, but it's not really made for that. It's more of a cannon.
Right, but I assume that if I fire it rapidly, it does much weaker bullets. Much weaker shots. Doesn't have the time to charge, and that's what I want. I'm firing essentially arrows from something that should fire bullets.
No, you're firing basically miniature rays of solidified heat that burn at thousands of degrees that can basically melt. You're firing lightsabers, basically, instead of suns.
That sounds fucking amazing.
Yes, you're basically rapid fire, you're firing lightsabers. The thing is, lightsabers can still set a forest on fire.
But do I want to? Okay. Actually, what the hell? We're exalted. Like, if there's a forest fire, we should probably be able to take care of it.
You want to go
Right.
for it?
Ah! I'm gonna do a roll for fun. I'm gonna do a simple sagacity roll for fun. Oh my god, pick up the dice! There we go. 2, 3, 4.
Are you
5.
sure you're gonna do the roll?
Yeah. How good is my judgment today? It's looking pretty good. Sir, my god. My mouse has this weird thing where it's started double clicking. Okay, yeah, I think this is more than enough to say Cyril's better judgment keeps him from doing what he loves, and he will not, in fact, mow down the innocent simply for the sake of this town. Guys?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, what's up?
He's not going to mow down the forest.
Yeah. It's as Snow Fox said, a small plasma bolt is still a plasma bolt. So, as Murder comes back from his reconnaissance, and Nevis, you come back in with your soldiers, the people. Nevis, one of your people come running up to you and salutes. My lord, we found something I believe you may want to see.
All right, take me to it.
You may wish to gather your allies, sir. We're not sure really what to make of it.
Well, Murder, Cyril, Guaco, let's go. And Icewind as well.
She nods.
Cyril begins climbing down from the massive tower he was on top of.
You are exalted. Why are you climbing down? Just jump and do your superhero landing.
I don't want to get my clothes all scuffed. These are my dignitary clothes. Because I don't have any other clothes.
Right now.
I don't have any other clothes.
You guys all gather up and head off. And the order leads you towards one of the pits that apparently was made by these mole-like beasts. One of the ones that was further out from the battle that your soldiers contained. And you can see buried under the ground in this hole that looks like it was broken free by the mole creatures digging. It looked like some of the rock had crumbled away after a couple of minutes. And you can see a large gateway there. It looks like it is leading into a very large stone building that's been buried under the earth. And this is a passageway in.
And there's no food dog guards outside of it.
It looks like this is a doorway into a building that has since been buried for who knows how long.
I
Do you
mean,
think the town will be alright if we investigate this?
As soon as we saw it, sir, we came to inform you. We haven't tried to do any investigation or such.
very good. Make sure that you get the rest of the holes filled in as best you can. We do not want them easily reusing these tunnels.
We already are, sir.
Good. I want I want a platoon over here ready to report to me if there is any trouble out here. Yes, we should be able to go and investigate carefully and quickly.
Conjecture. Most armies, after suffering a massive defeat, will not so quickly attack again. I think we have adequate time to properly investigate.
Unfortunately, there are two enemy armies that we have to worry about. I'm not worried about the one that we've defeated, I'm worried about the one we have not.
Observation. These people have been defending themselves against two armies at once, correct?
Yeah, we have. They haven't been doing too much for the most part, but we've been able to basically keep them on their toes.
Analysis. If they have been able to defend two of these armies at the same time, then with one of these armies removed, I do believe these people will have the necessary functionality to defend against one.
And they also have Nevis's army now.
Affirmative.
You guys want to go down and investigate, go ahead. We should be able to hold up here for a while.
That work, Nevis?
Very well, let us go. I still want to be notified if they do attack.
We will send a messenger immediately.
Good.
So you guys want to head into the building?
Okay.
Nevis, one thing you will note as you near the door, there is active essence within the walls.
Well, we will approach the gate then.
It looks like the doors were originally made out of stone, and it looks like one of them has actually crumbled away over time, while the other one is still standing, but there is a clear way to easily get in.
Well then, going in.
All right, could I have a awareness roll from everyone, please?
All right.
Based on what?
It can be anything.
Okay.
Nine, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. 10. Goodness gracious. 5 successes.
All right. All right. So, trying to see how many Cyril has. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I got 5.
Okay. Yep.
You need to type it in, please.
I'm sorry. I thought me announcing it was good. I thought they could hear me.
No, you're good. I was just making
Well,
sure I was
yes,
double
but if
checking my notes too.
we want to have people
Record.
post it, it makes it easier to keep track of.
All right,
All
fair
right.
enough.
All of you are able to see it. Nevis, you especially because of your essence sight. When you make your way into this, it's a long stone corridor, it appears. The walls are they look like they would have been nice at one point. Nowadays they're aged, dusty, chipped, and kind of cracked everywhere. But you imagine probably like 1,000 years ago or so, this place would have looked very, very beautiful and nice. And you can see images of the sun etched with very, very what look to have been care in the walls, as well as on one of the walls near the entrance, the image of a four-armed being wearing armor that looks almost like a dinosaur. It's like
Dinosaur.
it's like a big humanoid raptor with four arms. And it is etched in bright yellow sandstone, different from the rest of the stone that the building is made up of. And as you guys go a little Bucko, I don't know what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
I don't know what you're saying.
You're referring to what dragon king? What kings are made of dragons? Surely not. Are you gonna continue, Kerr?
No, sorry, I was double checking something. Like,
All right.
but as you guys go a little bit in, Nevis, you spot the easiest because you can see essence flowing into the panel on the floor. The others, you guys all spot one of the tiles on the floor looks like it's raised up a little bit higher than the rest of them. And you can walk around it and edge around it now that you know it's there, but this would catch anyone who was just walking willy-nilly. They would probably step on this large tile and set whatever this is off. And as you can see, this is connected into the walls and it is active currently.
It looks like we have a trap. At least that's what I'm taking from what you described.
That is probably a safe guess.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially
Speculation.
more, so be aware. Be aware and cautious.
Speculation. I believe your observation is correct.
Well, I
So
guess
step
we'll
around
advance.
that.
All right, give me another awareness roll as you guys are going, please.
Oh, God. All right. Cyril, are you gonna roll?
Sorry, I don't recall you asking us to roll. What am I rolling?
Awareness.
Oh, again, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
I don't know why my mind blanked there. Yeah, sure. 2, 3. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, goodness.
You're loving it.
Uh, Awareness is 3. There you go. I'm aware 3.
Nevis and Guaca are currently distracted by all the pretty pictures on the wall. Images of great battles and beautiful cities of reptilian beings and grand sacrifices where you can see what look to be humans being led up to a large temple and then getting their hearts torn out and offered to the sun. Murder, thankfully, you notice uh, a small breeze ahead of you, and you can see slits in the walls. And you realize as you get near that if you walk through this hallway just willy-nilly, you'll set it off and likely things are going to come out of the walls that aren't going to be very pleasant.
Sorry, did you say that Cyril notices this or that he doesn't?
Cyril, you do not notice this.
Okay.
You are currently just kind of looking around, but everything seems okay as you're making your way down this corridor. Murder will then Murder will stop the party and point out the obvious trap. Murder will then chastise the party for looking at pretty pictures instead of where they're supposed to be going.
This is about the Exalted Sun.
Yeah. Once it's pointed out to you guys, Nevis, you can see the essence flowing into it. It looks like that anyone who walks directly through will basically set off the trap and cause blades to come slicing out. You can see a thin sheen of essence in front of the corridor, and you could make a sagacity roll to try to figure out how to turn it off. Since you can see it.
A whole whopping 1.
You have no idea how to do this. Everyone else can try. It's just going to be a little bit more difficult for everyone. If Nevis basically takes the time to, oh god, whenever anyone says I got this, I worry. You walk into the trap, Murder. I just want to double check. You're walking directly into this essence-fed trap.
What's your parry?
What's the worst that could happen?
Mm.
Kara, please tell me what's the worst that could happen.
Evisceration.
It's not the worst.
Do you have your weapon out, Murder? Ah! Never mind, he's good. Yep, I will consider this an environmental effect because it is a trap. So a beam of solidified essence comes out of the wall like a sideways guillotine to basically cut you in half horizontally and bisect you, basically. Murder, without even looking, you just kind of casually walk forward, feed essence into your blade as you walk, and just swing your blade and shatter it without slowing down. Nevis, watching it, you can see the essence flow fluctuate, and it's going to take time for the trap to recharge after being used. Especially after the feedback it got from Murder just basically shattering it. Yes, this was literally a solidified essence blade that came slicing out to basically cut Murder in half down the middle. And yeah, no, he just blocked it and just shattered it, no problem.
Oh!
He didn't even slow down or even seem like he noticed it.
Well, alright then. I guess everybody hurry through.
Go, go, go.
As you guys go through, you can see things are getting progressively nicer as you go deeper in. The corridor has been more maintained. Everything has been kept nicer, more beautiful. You can see that there's actually paint now on the walls, on these frescoes.
Oops.
And they appear to show history of a grand city of reptilian beasts and creatures. of their rise, and then of what looked to be a fall, and then a descent into feral life, basically.
Interesting.
And then you come to another large stone door.
Murder? Knock, knock.
What did Dorkun ever do to you?
Query. Who is there?
Okay, are we breaking through the door? And Kurt, don't forget to read off Jaffer's messages, please.
No, I was checking something out. I wasn't looking at the chat, that's why.
Okay.
I was
Well, if
specifically
you're
looking for
checking
something else
stuff,
going on.
let us know, please, for the stream and stuff.
Sorry. Okay. Side plus door equals open doorway. I am not even going to require you to roll. This is not a reinforced door in any way, nor artifact or anything. Under your side, it's going to freaking shatter. You literally just basically took a artifact weapon to the equivalent of what would be a wooden door to these people. And it shatters. And you see what appears to be a raised platform. And if you step forward into the chamber, you can see ahead of you, there's some guardrails. And beyond that, a very sudden drop down, like a good 40, 50 feet into what appears to be jungle. And you can see out maybe 4 or 5 miles. You can see to the west, there is a large... Sorry, to the north, you can see what looks like a large open sea or lake. To the east, you can see what looks like icy plains and more mountainous areas. To the south, you can see what looks to be, or sorry, in this case, it would be west from here. You would see what looks to be a large sort of deserty area, and then everything in the center just kind of looks like it's more nice, more livable. Nothing is really more open plain style, if that makes sense.
So there's basically a jungle, an open jungle underneath the surface here.
Yeah, right below you guys specifically is the jungle, and then about 4 or 5 miles to the north you can see what looks to be a lake, a very, very large lake. To the east is what looks to be like tundra and a mountainous region, and then to the west is a large deserty area. Each of these are about 4 to 5 miles long and large. You are much higher up than these areas, though. So you can see sort of everything. And then the center is a more just open, plains-like area, is what it looks like.
This looks to me like the cardinal directions.
Yes, very much so.
Why are they called cardinal directions? Like, why did cardinals get that?
Murder will motion for Nevis at the door. Oh, sorry, I missed this. Murder will motion for Nevis. The door is now open for them after he breaks it open.
Nevis will stride through and take start kind of looking around at anything you can find of interest or value.
On here, on this platform, it looks like it's a sort of viewing area. You can see, like, Nevis, do you speak Old Realm?
I have no idea what I speak.
What's your sagacity?
4.
Yes, you can speak it. Anyone with sagacity 3 or higher automatically will know the language.
Oh, okay. Well, what does it say
Does that
then?
mean if you have like a sagacity of 5, you know all languages?
You know a lot of them, yes. Pretty much all of them.
Cool.
Old Realm is specifically the language of the first age. It is the language that demons speak in, that a lot of fair folk use when they're not dealing with mortals who don't know it. It's the language that a lot of like old tech is written in, and basically any sort of ruins or anything like that is always going to be written in Old Realm.
So wait, hold on. If a
The
lot of us can,
daimyos.
if we can speak a lot of languages, would strange tongue understanding even like be valuable?
Not necessarily, or it still can be useful, because
Okay.
there still can be languages that you don't know.
Because I did pick that one up, just in case.
Yeah, no, there are still languages you might not know. But Nevis, you can see you can see little ladders that lead downwards, and it's basically written in big red letters saying, "Do not enter, employees only." To the left and right, though, you can see what looks to be other doorways. These ones are made out of metal, not stone.
Hold up. Employees only?
Yes.
Okay. Well, which way shall we
Is
go?
is that actually what it says, or is that essentially what it says? Because there's a difference.
Yeah, employees, scientists, workers. Like that's the general gist of it. People who work here. If you had to go for like a direct translation, it would be people who work here.
So it looks like we're going down the workers' hatch.
There is a doorways to the west and the east that are on the raised platform that you could go through. These are metal doors, not stone.
Nevis said he wanted
Nevis
to
will
go down
take
it.
the west, I guess.
Go through the west door. Okay. The door opens, and you can see a lot of strange looking technology. This does not look like anything that you have ever seen before, Nevis. this does not look like really like you have some understanding of like artifacts and such. And like old age tech. You can see this though. You can see what looks to be plants and crystals. It's set up along like a control panel, but there's these different shapes and colors of crystals and these plants growing between it and connecting them. It's very, very strange. You could make an attempt at a sagacity roll to identify and figure this off.
Is Nevis the only one with high sagacity?
Anyone else could as well that has
Yes,
sagacity.
Cyril has like full sagacity. I roll 10 dice.
Sagacity is not magic. Sagacity is just knowledge,
general
basically.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. Nevis, you are not sure. Okay, Guaco, you got 3. Were you gonna try to roll, Cyril?
Oh, I wasn't.
Everyone
I,
was
th-
suggesting.
I thought I was gonna be asked or something, but sure, like, yeah, sure, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4. Boop. Not a great roll, but 5 successes.
All right. So, Nevis, you are not sure. This is some type of tech. You can recognize that much, but you've never seen or heard of anything like this before. Guaco, you looking at this is first stage technology. This is working first stage technology, which means someone is maintaining it. And this is specifically what looks to be Dragon King technology. But that's all you really know about it. Like, you know, you've heard of ancient Dragon King tech. It was studied by the shogunate and such, but never really in much detail. So it was only very loosely described and such. But it's enough that you can recognize it from the really, really old books that you might have heard about in your studies when you were growing up. Cyril, you, on the other hand, are able to identify this technology immediately and know exactly what it is, which makes sense considering you worked with the Touchstone and have all of his sort of knowledge that you could have been able to access. This
Now,
is Dragon King technology. They use basically nature and special crystals that they can grow. as
Ooh.
their base for their technology. Basically their form of artifacts and such.
I see. They're just fancier versions of the professor.
The plants are like the plants here are like a living computer, and the stones basically act as the activation keys and the interface for it. It appears that this specific area is basically like climate control and maintaining the different areas of the enclosure here.
Interesting. Would I have enough knowledge to try to interface with it?
Oh yes, you could easily interface with it. It's like this is very much like a normal computer. Once you understand how the computer is set up, this has just like a different interface than what you're used to. You're used to running Windows. This is a Mac.
Okay.
But once you know how a Mac works, yeah, you can do it no problem.
I almost feel like this would be much closer to a Linux, but yeah.
I pretty much, yeah. I was just using that as the example.
All right. Cool. I will convey this to the rest of the party. Just be like, this is a weather thing. Brain words not do good. Shush.
um. So what are you trying to do exactly?
I'm just telling the rest of the party what this is.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like
just repeating almost exactly what you said.
it looks like this is meant for maintaining the specimens and the beings who are here in their natural habitats until such time as their essence awakens, is what the computers basically tell you.
Once again, further conveyed to the rest of the party.
And
Okay.
everyone may make another sagacity roll.
Oh my goodness. Stop. Thank you. 2, 3, 4. I need to get a new mouse. I think it's the mouse.
More than likely, a crumb got underneath the button.
Could be. 2. Once again, my sagacity fails to fail me.
I was finding something real quick while you guys are rolling. And I was able to find it. Are you gonna roll, Nevis?
I didn't know I could try to roll.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah,
that
this
everyone?
is just another sagacity roll.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a shot. You just kind of, I failed the first time, so.
No, you're good. This is for something different. All right. So, all of you have heard of these creatures. Dragon Kings. They are, for the most part, Waco and Nevis. These are basically large, terrifying, feral dinosaurs. They are extremely strong, extremely tough, and extremely dangerous. Even for an Exalted, they can be difficult to deal with, especially when there's more than one of them. For a normal human, usually it is munch, munch, gulp. Cyril, you know, though, that this is just the first stage of a Dragon King's lifestyle normally. That over time, and usually with help from elders, the young Dragon Kings will eventually awaken their essence and gain intelligence and sentience. And they have their own charms, their own special abilities, their own technology, their own artifacts. And they basically are extremely powerful essence dinosaurs. And long ago, before the Primordial War, before the Exalted, they were the chosen people of the unconquered sun. They were his chosen, they were his people. They worshipped and adored him and gave him sacrifices. And the unconquered sun turned his back on them, basically, and chose humanity to be his race that he gave his exaltations to. The Dragon Kings still worship him, but they were a little hurt by that. Since then, they have basically suffered loss after loss, and many of their greatest cities and their greatest warriors and creators and scholars were killed, and eventually their society was just broken after the fall of the first age, that when it came time for most of them to reincarnate, there was no one around to train them and to help the young ones to discover their essence and basically gain sentience. And now, most of the time, 90% of Dragon Kings now are just nothing but feral animals who live and die that way. There is occasionally one or two that develop their essence spontaneously and are able to gain sentience, but most of them never really develop too much. This place looks like it is a place to raise Dragon Kings.
Hatchery.
Mm-hmm.
A place of incubation.
And this is a place basically where Dragon Kings can live and grow up until their essence is awakened. And it's still active. This place still has power. This place is still being maintained. This place is still being run, which means someone is here running it.
But there's no subjects for being run on.
Not that you can see it. This is a very, very large area.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, one of these areas is like 5 or 6 miles across. You're just so high up, you can get kind of just like the basic lay of the land.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get you.
No, this entire area is probably like 30 or 40 miles large.
I was picturing something much smaller in my head for like.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. This
And
place is huge.
and it's all underground?
Yep.
Hmm.
There's
It was a
probably
giant
artificial
pyramid.
sunlight. Probably
Yeah.
artificial sunlight or something too. Anyways.
There is sunlight now that you think about it. Yeah, it looks like there is the sun in the sky. Like, everything over the enclosure looks exactly like you guys were out in creation.
I don't like this.
Likely there was some sorcery involved to maintain this, or to at least create it. The basic maintenance could probably be done by someone who is in the know,
Oh, sorry.
but otherwise, it looks like there is another door that you can see. It's still kind of west, but it's like you're going around a ring, so to speak. But this ring is going to be very, very, very large.
Ah, like Halo.
A little bit, yeah.
Does there happen to be some form of a communication system with all of this? Nevis is asking Cyril.
Yes, you can see it. There is a messaging system here.
Status. Interfacing. Affirmative. He points it out.
Well then, let us send off a message and see if anyone answers.
And then we'll get grabbed by somebody who has unity with earth and stone.
Furry, what would you like the message to say?
Check the logs first.
I don't know if Nevis would think to check the logs, so...
Assumption. Would you like to start with, "This is Nevis, King of Conquerors"?
Say hello before that.
Tip, 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 tap, 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 tip, 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 tap, 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 tap.
And ask if anyone is out there.
Tip, 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 tap, 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 tip, 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 tip. Send.
There is a message that comes back. Where are you? I wasn't aware there was anyone else in here. How did you get in?
Cyril looks at Nevis.
We entered from insert port city name here.
Mm-hmm.
Did we ever get the name of that port city?
You did.
Do you remember the name of this port city?
It's in my notes. I can go find it if you want me to find it.
Nah, that's fine. We entered from Port City. We found this after an attack on our city, on the city, and we are looking for. We are investigating to find out what is going on here. I don't know what to say.
A message comes back. I will be there momentarily. Please stay where you are.
Suggestion. We should set up a trap. Just to be safe.
No.
Cyril looks at you, and although he's
I-
looking at you completely dead-faced, you think he's almost a little upset that you so quickly shut down.
That I so quickly what?
No, the Guaco. Guaco just goes
That I
no.
shut him down.
Yeah, Cyril just looks over at him.
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
Wait, did Toshime say something that I wasn't aware, that I didn't hear for some reason?
Yeah, I just quickly went, no, deadpan.
Oh. Okay. I agree, no. We will not be setting a trap for whoever this is.
Cautionary. They're working with dragons. Could be very dangerous.
Or they could be a dragon themselves.
Response. Exactly my point.
I was under the impression you were an ambassador, not a murderer. We have a murderer here already.
Response. My purposes are to facilitate communications. Sometimes communications need to be made in war times.
We are not going to attack this person without provocation. No trap.
Correction. I did not say that we should necessarily spring the trap on them, simply that a trap should be prepared in the event of hostilities.
Murder. I am a warrior. I am not named Murder for my profession. It is because I'm a crow.
I am aware of this murder. It is simply a joke that I was making. At the expense of our bloodthirsty friend here.
Objection. I do not thirst.
As you're talking, the door hisses open, and a very large reptile walks in. He's standing like 7, 8 feet tall, probably. A very sort of serpentine look to him. Almost raptorish. He's wearing very, very ornate armor. With two, like, his shoulder pads are like raised with little blades coming off the back, pointed backwards. And it's a very sort of ornate style of armor. His scales are white. And you don't see any weapons on him, but you can see glimmering crystals along his wrists. On the gauntlets of his armor. And you can see 3 hearthstones set into the chest plate glowing. And then a 4th one that's set right below them, but its stone is much dimmer than the other 3.
Hello there.
Well, hello. It's been a bit of time since I've seen any beings like you before.
I am afraid that I have not seen many of your like either.
Cyril stares cautiously. Do I know anything about this race of beings?
I'm trying to send a picture right now.
Oh goodness. A picture.
It sent
Oh
2 of them. Yeah,
yes, so it did.
he specifically, this type is the one that's in the front middle.
My goodness, they just look like slivers.
Yeah, these are the 4 breeds of Dragon Kings. The ones on the left are the Musok. They're the ones from they are the underwater based ones. The one with the wings in the back is the Petrock. The one in the front is the Raptok. And the one on the right is the Anklock. They're the southern based ones.
One moment.
Ah,
I
so
will
they're
go
the cowboys.
Yeah, west, north, and then the Raptok and the Anklock are mixed around. The Raptok are from the east.
Jungles.
Yep. And then the Anklocks are from the south. The Anklocks be sturdy boys. The blades that I was describing are like the jets that are on the one on the left, the Moklock. He has very similar armor to that kind. except it's covering his entire body instead of just most of it. But it's got those style of jets on his shoulders.
The flamethrowers.
You don't know what they are.
They do have flamethrowers.
Well, hello, I am Nevis, King of Conquerors. Might you tell me about this place? Also, these are my companions, Cyril, Murder, and Guaco.
Yes, to answer your question, Murder, you're basically talking to a Divinity Original Sin Lizard.
Is that a different White Wolf game?
No.
That's a video game. Yeah, me personally, I've played Rap Talk before. I always really liked playing the Rap Talk. They were my favorites.
But flight with a Petrock.
I like the techie-based Rap Talk better.
The Petrock
that's
looks so thin.
Yeah, don't ever fight them in the air. They will fucking crush you.
With the obsidian, I will say I had a Petrock with the obsidian armor, and he could go across creation in 5 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah, the Mosok are terrifying in water. They're not super great on land, but in the water, they will freaking crush you. Oh, hey, yeah, Toshime just shared another picture on our chat. That's another image of a Raptok there.
Bringing that one up on stream as well.
Bizarre.
That's what
So,
a Raptok
anyways,
looks like.
did they respond to Nevis's question, or?
Yes. Well, I'm not used to the Exalted coming here. I'm not against it. This place was open back in before the fall. Tell me, what brings you all here, though, if you don't mind me asking?
It's the mole people, right?
The port city up on the surface was being attacked, and they tunneled under the walls to get into the city. And when we went to seal up the tunnels again, we discovered the... this location, this building, temple, whatever you wish to call this place. And we decided to investigate before sealing up the tunnel.
I see. How is the world right now?
Query, what concern is it of yours?
Well, I don't know much about it anymore.
creation is fractured. There are threats on every side. There are many people that are engaging in horrible acts. And, well, that's really about it. Aside from that, right now there is a three-way war going on, brought about by another Exalted, and we are looking to put an end to that.
I see. So, I see creation really hasn't changed much. Shame. My people will still
It
have
shall.
to sleep.
I will be ensuring that it is unified and safe. There will be peace.
Peace in our time. He kind of pauses. You really think that, don't you?
As you said, I am an Exalted. I know that.
He kind of pauses at that. Many of my people drew back. This was one of our last great research facilities, and we retrofitted it when the fair folk came to hide away. I was chosen to be the caretaker for the eggs as well as for the people sleeping underneath down below. We were going to wait out everything, but, well, I lost contact with the surface, and since then, what few things I've been able to find out have not been very good, to say the least. So, my people have slept, and I've maintained my duties and my guard over this place. For, I think it has been over 1,000 years now.
Well, soon your people shall be free to return to the surface. I even have unified some of the fair folk under my banner. There will be peace, there will be unity. And those who wish for war will be destroyed. There will also be equality amongst all.
Nevis, you would know that they see the Exalted Sun as the main god. And the dragon-blooded see the celestial dragons as the main.
I don't know what you mean by that.
They have an antithetical view to what the dragon-blooded have right now.
Yeah, during the Great Contagion, the Dragon Kings basically turned absolutely murderous and began murdering every dragon blood they could get their hands on. And sacrificing them to the Unconquered Sun because they thought it was their fault this was happening.
In other words, their baseline of beliefs is there is not equality. These ones in particular fucked up.
And I fail to see why that would be a problem. They'll either put aside the past and their grudges, or they will be destroyed.
There's more of them than there are of these Dragon Kings.
Right now, at the moment, around 1 million Dragon Kings are in suspended animation down below. All of them are among at least the reborn or adult stages of their lives. AKA, every Dragon King in this facility is either Essence 3, Essence 4, or Essence 5.
That is quite the large number.
This was one of our last great bastions we had left. This is where many of our people retreated to go into stasis until the danger passed. I was chosen to be the protector, the defender, and to wait until such time came that they could be awakened again. And I was given what was needed. As he touches one of the hearthstones that's on his chest plate in order to live until such time was needed.
And you said there's 4 of them. One of them is faded.
Yes, he's touching the faded one, which looks like it. Or no, sorry, he's touching the one above it, the center stone in the 3.
Okay. Wait, are there 4 or 3?
There's 4. There's 4. There's 3 above. There's 1 in the center down below, and that's the one that's faded. It looks like that one's powering the armor itself. And the other 3 are actually giving their powers and such to him.
Okay. And
the stone he touched was among the 3 stones. It was the center stone. When he said that.
Nevis is aware that they fought to exterminate the Dragon Bloods.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they were basically they were fucking pissed. And they basically saw the Dragon Bloods as you did this, and we're going to try to fix it by getting the Unconquered Sun involved. And a lot of them ended up getting killed and such.
Would your people still hold grudges? I seek for unity amongst all those that are willing to be unified, to work together. Kirk?
I'm checking something real quick. Sorry.
Ah.
To make sure I give you the right information.
The memories.
We lost so many of our people. We do believe the dragon bloods are responsible for the fall of creation to what it is now. But we do not have the numbers necessary in order to take our vengeance upon them.
It has been a very long time. Most of those that might have been involved, if that were the case, have since passed on. Perhaps it is time that we could forge peace.
That is going to be a difficult thing for us. I am not necessarily against it myself. I do not wish to see more of my people suffer or die. But I also understand their anger. Unlike you, humans, we are not...
I apologize, but I am not human.
You are exalted, yes. That means you are human enough. I do not mean it as an insult. It is simply what you are. He pauses before kind of nodding his head to Cyril. You carry a mortal soul, a human soul, so you do still count to me. Unlike you all, though, we remember our past lives. All of our memories for as long as our souls have existed. We remember things long forgotten. And everything is like one long life to us. We remember everything, unlike all of you.
I understand that. However, you said a very key word there. Difficult. Not impossible. The Dragon Bloods have harmed my fellows as well for many, many years. The Sidereals have also harmed us. The Fair Folk have harmed us. The Fair Folk have harmed a lot of people. But I am seeking a true peace, a true unification between them, between all of creation. And we cannot have that unless we can put the past aside. Unless we can work together to see this vision realized. To see this peace brought about. This prosperity for all. Where even the gods themselves are not by default above, well, as you called us, humans. People will earn what they will earn what they require, what they desire. I would welcome you and your people. I would rather not see you continue to exist in this stasis for the rest of time.
You may make a presence roll, and you may use any charms you wish.
Let's see. At this point, I swear I'm gonna need to just write down like how many dice from I have for presents and just keep track of the 3,000 different bonuses I've got for it. Presents in particular, I have a lot.
And murder might like this one. A little known fact. Before the crowbar was invented, pros simply drank at home.
Really, Toshime? Alright, so default 10. We got 1 from that. 3 from that, plus double 9. Oh, 5 from that, plus double 9s. So 16, I think?
Only 16.
I feel like that is a little low.
What kind of exalted are you? Only 16 dice.
A new one.
I'm disappointed in you.
If you want, I have something Cyril can say to aid to add more.
Oh, you did stunt, so you get. Remember, you get your +2 to stunt dice.
Right. I did not like that +2, guys.
You do still have 1 community reroll you can use.
No, we got 3.
Oh, okay. You have 3 community rerolls.
I think it's 3.
You
Oh, no,
can
it's
say
2.
words.
Because I didn't actually use the one earlier. So,
Would you like to use that reroll? Because you only got 2 successes.
well, what is... Well, actually, I mean, I double 9s, but...
Oh, that's fair.
What is... Yeah, I mean, I'll take help, Cyril.
So Cyril's gonna look to this guy and you know, as is always hammered home, Cyril doesn't show much emotion. But he's kind of looking at this guy and he's got this look of empathy almost. And he looks at him and just says, analysis. You're an individual who has left his people to stand behind and be a guardian for them, correct?
Yes.
Conclusion. Then you understand that I speak from a very similar point of view. That you may wish to consider what is best for your people.
Hey, I'll give you a +2 dice bonus. Nevis.
Cool, that makes this easy. Boom, baby! Oh god, Fantasy Grounds can't comprehend.
Yeah, it does. It's just taking a second to send it.
1, 2, 3. Really? No
You
9s
didn't
and
need
just...
9s, you got 10s.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, all those dice. Ah, there's one. But only 3 10s or 9s out of all that. Anyways, so those are canceled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's canceled. 9, 10, 11.
Well then.
I'm not gonna
Um,
adjust that, Jaffer. It's just I can handle when I want to do that.
Well then. 11 successes. Um. Yeah. Yeah. No. You very much are able to. He kind of stops and considers it. It would take time to awaken the sleeping people down below. But perhaps your creation is a creation worth everything.
The creation that I seek will take a very long time to bring about. There's a lot of corruption, a lot of evil to eradicate. And bringing people over to a new way of thinking, well, as you said, it is difficult. It will take many years yet, but it will happen. If you wish to bring your people back now, that is your choice. I am simply saying that one day at the least, you will be welcome back on the surface. Provided you come in peace and seek to unify with us.
Perhaps we could offer our assistance. Our help,
Assistance
our
is...
technology.
I would certainly not say no to any assistance from a new friend.
Okay. He will nod and reach out his hand to you.
Is it like a shaking gesture or...
Yeah. Handshake.
Okay.
Yes, he's just gonna slap you across the face.
I
This is
wasn't
how we
sure if
say
it was like
hello.
some kind of magic or something, but...
No, this is him just offering to shake a hand to an agreement.
Nevis will transfer his spear to the other hand and shake.
And I think this is a good stopping point because I'm hitting my limit right now. And I'm going to need to go calculate all the fucking backgrounds you guys just acquired. Because there's a lot here. There is a lot here. That was a very, very good presence roll to convince him to side with you.
I'm just happy that Cyril has someone he relates to.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't have to fight the Essence 6 Dragon King.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's been around a while. Like I said, he's over 1,000 years old.
Yeah, setting a trap for him. Good luck.
Yeah, I was sitting here listening to that, and I'm just like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That was going to end so badly for you guys. This Dragon King could probably curb stomp you guys pretty hard. Even possibly murder. Murder, he has a lot of charms. He has a lot of charms and a lot of abilities and his artifacts. He's
We
just
can literally see like 3 Hearthstones, was it? Like just
Mhm.
on his chest?
Or
He has 4.
4.
One goes to actually powering his armor, which is a suit of celestial battle armor that's custom made for him, which is basically a suit of walking power armor, the most advanced and powerful of the first age.
I was gonna say, like, this guy's basically got 4 nuclear testing rods sticking out of his body. Do you want to fuck with that?
One of his stones is a stone of immortality. So he does not age, and so long as he has the stone, he cannot die by normal means. You can kill him, but he won't die from like disease or age. You have to actually like murder him for it to work.
See, Nevis can be good at diplomacy. Or at least inspiring people. Not always great, but, you know.
yeah, to give you a hint, the one unity with Earth and Stone, if he has that, he'd just be able to activate that and sink down in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
What do? He pops up and grabs you and pulls your foot into the ground and lets go. Your foot's trapped in the ground.
Murder, what he likes to do is electrify things and then gives it a charge, and then he can basically magnetically attract things together. Or repulse things. So he can make it so your sword cannot touch him if he touches it. Metal weapons do not do well against him. Because it's very, very difficult to harm him with metal weapons. That's one of the reasons he was chose. Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
And
That
if you
is
really want to go scary, ride charms on whatever gods are in this place.
yeah, he can possess gods. That is true, Murder. However, he can still electrify artifacts. The one thing he can't do that to is normal flesh. So, brawl attacks, claw attacks, things like that. Unless they have, like, like you're wearing metal claws to enhance your slashes, he can't do that. He can't charge those. Artifacts and such, he can.
Snow Fox, Exalted is a system where you are, at character creation, more powerful than a level 20 D&D character. By far.
In character creation, you can punch rivers in half. Your battle should change the course of geography.
We're basically playing superheroes.
Anime superheroes.
Like character creation, I can make a character who would be as strong or stronger than All Might from My Hero Academia, for something that most people might recognize.
I am here.
Yes. Literally pretty much any sort of character you could describe, I can make it an Exalted. Exalted, a good example for Exalted characters is Fate. If anyone here has seen any of the Fate series, the servants are very good examples of what Exalted could do. Pretty much all their abilities could be done either with an artifact or through their own personal charms.
And I could have done much better. I just took 5 minutes before game time to make Guaco.
Yeah, I didn't have any trouble with Toshime doing that because like Toshime could run this character no problem. He knows Exalted almost as well as I do, if not as well as I do.
Dragon King, 4 horse stones. You guys are getting in a fight? I'm looking for the exit.
Hey. Nevis did not want to fight.
Yeah, in Essence 6 Dragon King, while the Dragon Kings aren't necessarily up to like your guys' power level standards, he is much higher essence than you guys are. He is much more experienced, and he is laden with a fudge ton of artifacts.
And to give you guys another example, in Exalted Essence, our essence only goes up to 5.
Mm-hmm. By the way, this is for Cyril. Cyril, one of the things the Celestial Battle Armor has, it has an integrated essence cannon. The same fiery solar cannon that you have is literally integrated into the armor.
So who's ready to raise the pyramid out of the ground?
You might destroy the city if you did that.
Yes, Karma. Yes, Karma. I see you. Hello there.
But hey, you guys, there is something. You have a million Dragon Kings who are between Essence 3 and Essence 5 that you could make into an army.
Jaforoshak is giving a big lick to Good Bun Bun.
Bun Bun gets lick.
So, yeah, Nevis is gonna have a Dragon King army now.
Dragon King armies are scary. Dragon King armies are very, very scary.
And you keep giving Nevis all of these things.
I know, I like giving you guys stuff, and there's going to be stuff here for other people that you guys can find too.
I hope
Like
so.
this was what you guys could find with the donation goal, and now you have allies who there may be a factory cathedral down here. Maybe. Toshime knows what a factory cathedral is and how big of a deal it is. It is a fully functional one. A factory cathedral, to put it this way, is basically the equivalent of a. I'm trying to think of a good word to describe it.
Something that can pump out artifacts.
High level artifacts, like within like months or within like a year or two. Yes, he could murder at least one. He could survive at least one.
Unstoppable
Well,
attack versus the defense. The defense always wins.
But most defenses can only be used once per scene now.
I'm getting pretty worn out. I'm gonna go lay down. But it was a good session today.
Yeah.
well, we're about to wrap it up, so
Yep.
Okay, I'll stick around for the wrap up.
all right, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us today for Ebon Sales Exalted. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, donators, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I really cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It is one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by simply sharing the stream around, as well as picking up packs through Streamloots, which we have just reached partner with. But for now, thank you all so much for joining, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Duke.
Bye,
guys. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye! Uh-huh.
All right.